Welcome to the IA's 2015 General Audit Management Conference Speaker Preview. I'm Shannon Steffee, Senior Editor for Internal Auditor magazine. Today I'm talking to Scott Blankenship, Director of Internal Audit at H.D. Smith LLC and one of many industry experts presenting at the 2015 GAM Conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, March 9th through 11th, 2015 at ARIA Resort and Casino. Scott has been with H.D. Smith for 6 years and has more than 20 years of accounting and internal audit experience in manufacturing, wholesale and distribution, and financial services organizations. He also has served as an IA seminars facilitator since 2007. His GAM presentation, called Development, Retention, and Rotations, Not Necessarily an Oxymoron, will take place on Monday, March 9th, 2015 from 1 to 2 p.m. Hi, Scott. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Shannon.
Could you explain some of the different rotational models?
Yes, there's quite a few of them out there, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to really go over these in depth. And in my presentation, we cover 5 different models. 4 of them I would call more traditional models, and then I actually have a fairly unique approach to rotational model that I use in my audit shop. And so a number of them people are familiar with, people kind of rotating in and out of their audit departments for various reasons. I call them little catchphrases I use for them, like the in and out, the springboard, the management trainee program, things of this nature. So it's just all the different ways that people get drove into and out of internal audit, and then what that effect has on an internal audit department.
You'll be talking about development and retention strategies in your presentation. Are there different approaches to these based on generational differences?
I think there definitely are to some degree. Development in particular, I think, has some strong generational differences, especially with the new crop of auditors coming out there, the millennials, and retention the same way. While my approach, I think, applies to whether anybody's from a baby boomer or a Gen Xer like myself or a millennial, I think there are some real advantages to the millennial generation of these approaches, specifically trying to strike more of that work-life balance.
What are some of the biggest benefits from a rotational program, and are there any negatives?
Definitely plenty of negatives. There's never any shortage of negative feedback about rotational programs when you talk to audit departments. There are some advantages, though, and that was one of the key points I wanted to make with this presentation. That's my tagline of not necessarily an oxymoron. I think there are definite ways to make a rotational program work for you. And the keys to doing that are making sure we have proper development of our auditors and proper retention of the right audit staff to support that approach. If we don't do development right and we don't do retention right, what we end up with our rotational program is this revolving door of auditors and that's really where I think the true negatives or the real disadvantage of a rotational program come into play.
What do you feel is the most important takeaway from your presentation?
They're going to hear it plenty of times in the session, but one of my favorite words in audit is why. And I think that is key to developing auditors. I think it's key to retaining them and in setting up the rotational program as well. Really explaining to your audit team, your audit staff, the why of what they're doing. Getting away from the go do it work, the check the box type of auditing, and really immerse them in the whole process. When they see the value that they're bringing, I think that's what really leads to development and helps with retention.
Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today about your GAM presentation. We'll see you in Vegas.
Thanks, Shannon. Looking forward to it.